Uh, Good afternoon. This is Rokesh Kumar, Department of CSE, Chalapati College of Engineering and Technology. So today we will discuss about arrays in C programming. So in this session we will cover about explain arrays, explain declaration and initialization of arrays, explain types of arrays. So these three topics we will cover in this session. So first we will see the definition of an arrays. So we have so many definitions are there in arrays to define. So first definition, if you see the first definition, an array is defined as a fixed size sequential collection of elements of same data type. So it is a fixed size sequential collection of elements of same data type. Suppose if you take an example, integer type is a data type. If we collect integers, so automatically all the elements should be in the form of int type only. Okay, so you need to collect same data type elements only. So if you see the second definition, an array is defined as a collection of elements that share a common name. An array is defined as a collection of homogeneous elements, that is of same type of elements. So where all the elements are stored in single variable. Okay, and see the third definition. An array is defined as a collection of data items stored in contiguous memory locations. That means, so inside arrays we are having an internal pointer. This pointer points to the starting address and remaining elements will be stored in the contiguous fashion. So how to declare an array? So for declaration of an array, so we need to use a data type, array name and subscript. So inside the brackets, so semicolon. So what are the main properties of array is, array name should be a valid C variable, it should be a valid C variable. So it should be unique and the elements in the array should be of same type. And what are the subscript we are using here? Subscript means array size, how much size we are taking. So it cannot be a negative value. So array size should not be a negative value. And subscript must always be an integer. Okay. Subscript must always be an integer. So types of arrays. So there is a one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, or and three-dimensional array or multi-dimensional arrays. So it is about types of arrays: one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, or multi-dimensional. You can take n number of dimensions like subscripts. Okay. First we will discuss about one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array. So arrays whose elements are specified by one subscript. If you are using only one subscript, then it is called a one-dimensional array. It is called one-dimensional array or linear array. So the syntax for this one-dimensional array is data type, array name and size. So if you take an example, if you want to represent a set of 5 numbers, say 45, 65, 10, 93 and 50, an array variable marks, so it is a marks, array variable name is marks and size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Array size is 5. So we need to declare in the form of syntax. How to declare means int. So data type is integer type and variable name is marks and subscript. Inside subscript we need to mention the size. How many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The size is 5. So like this we need to declare. So the index value. So automatically if you give int marks of 5 means it will create a blocks in the memory location and it starts from index from 0 to 4. That means total 5. Starts from 0 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 5. Okay. So it is about single dimensional array or one dimensional array. So see here. Now the computer stores the values of array marks after reserving 5 storage locations and assigning the values to array elements. See here marks. So I already said in arrays having an internal pointer. So we have two types of pointers are there, internal pointer and external pointer. So internal pointer means arrays, strings, structures, unions, these are all internal pointers. So which we discuss later about the different topics. And external pointer means directly you can say as a pointer. That is external pointer. Okay. So here marks, automatically it will have an address location called 2000. It is an internal pointer. And see, if I didn't mention anything, any marks like 45, 65, 10, 93 and 40, if I didn't give any values, automatically The 5 size will occupy a garbage values. So starts from 2000 address space, the garbage value it will be print. That means any value it can return. Marks 0 garbage value address is 2000. Marks 1 garbage value address is 2002. Marks 2 garbage value at 2004, because integer occupies 2 bytes. So sometimes it occupies 4 bytes. Okay. If you take character occupies only 1 byte. So like this, address will be varies. So 2002, 4, 6, 8 like that. If I mention marks, automatically if you say marks 0 equal to 45, marks 1 equal to 65, marks 2 equal to 10. I said index starts from 0, total 5, index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about it. So like this we are arranging in the single dimensional array. Okay. So how to declare one dimensional array? So the declaration, an array variable is declared by specifying first the base type of the array, then the name of the array variable, and then the number of elements of the array that is specified between a pair of square brackets. Inside the square brackets, whatever we are mentioning, that is the size. So here we need to say maximum size. First we need to take maximum size. Based upon that we can limit that one. Okay. So here see the example, int marks of subscript 100. So totally the data type is integer and variable name is marks, and high size we have taken maximum size of array is 100. So accessing elements of the array. So how to access the elements of an array? So once the array is declared, it is possible to refer the individual elements of the array. So this is done with the subscript which contains a number in a square brackets following the array name. So number specifies the element position in the array. So all the array elements are numbers starting from 0, because index starts from 0. That's why it starts from 0 to 99. If you are taking 100 size, so the number starts from 0 to 99. Thus, so marks 2 specifies the third element. Marks 2 means 0, 1 and 2. So marks 2 specifies the third element of the array. Okay. So it is about accessing elements of the array. So input and output. So here, how to input in an array? So for entering data into an array, so or reading an array, so compulsory we need to use iterations. So if you doesn't use iterations, means we need to write n number of times printf and scanf. If you use iterations, there is only single need of printf and scanf is enough. You see here, for I equal to 0, I less than 29, I plus plus. That means 30, so size is 30, and 0 to 29 times if printf and scanf will be repeating to print the values, to take the input from the user, so which is entering from the keyboard. So printing data into the array. So here for I equal to 0, I less than 29 and I plus plus, printf percentage d marks of I. It automatically prints the values whatever we have taken from the user. So it is about printing data into the array. Compulsory we need to use iterations. Use iterations, the work will be less. Okay. So now initialization of array. So after declaring an array, so the individual elements of an array are initialized, otherwise they will contain garbage values. So there are two types of initialization. One is compile time initialization and second one is runtime initialization. So compile time initialization means, so compulsory we need to give the values. So subscript, whatever the size is mentioned, we need to give those many values. In runtime means automatically whenever we are entering printf scanf, automatically user can give the data to read the values. So if you doesn't give any values, suppose int marks of 5. So here 3, 4, 8. Total size is 5, but we have given only 3 values, 3, 4, 8. And remaining 2 values by default it takes 0. Okay. So global declaration will be there, local declaration will be there. If you write like this in global declaration, it takes garbage values. If you mention this in the local variables, then it takes zeros. By default, it takes zeros. Okay. In runtime installation, this is about scanf. So we need to take from the user. Okay. And in next class, we will see some examples. Thank you.